Hi, so right now we're starting a 10-day THM challenge. If you haven't had a chance to check that out, you can get a full printable packet with the meal plan at thewellplannedkitchen.com/10-day challenge, and it's spelled out TEN 10-day challenge. I'd love for you to join us. We're focusing on 10 days of staying fully on plan. Now, let's talk about some reasons why you may go off plan or why you may find it challenging to stay on plan. One thing that I encounter a lot is we get into this mindset where we're like, okay, I have to eat this way for the rest of my life. I can't even fathom that. I don't really want to do that. That doesn't sound fun. Now, let me tell you, you will get into phases where you're like, okay, this isn't so bad. Or, okay, I actually love this. Okay, this is incredible. Okay, I love the way I feel. I love the way I'm eating. I love everything about this. And you start really missing off plan foods less and less. You start really enjoying on plan foods more and more. And you get into a sweet spot, right? That does tend to happen. But sometimes when we're looking at this, like, wow, I've got so much ahead of me. Even with this 10-day challenge, I hesitated to make it 10 days because I was thinking, a lot of times we get into this mindset where we're like, this is too much time. This is too hard. I can't do it. So what I want you to do instead, I don't want you to focus on 10 days on plan, even though that's what this challenge is called. And you can go to thewellplannedkitchen.com/10-day challenge with the word 10 spelled out to get your packet and meal plan. But I want you to look at this as, I'm going to spend today on plan. Today I'm going to stay on plan. My next meal is going to be on plan. When we focus on the next step, the next thing, the smaller chunks of time, this is something I can be successful in, and we have a positive mindset about it, we tend to do a lot better. It also tends to pull us out of that perfectionist mindset where we think, I have to do this for the rest of my life, and there's no way I can make a mistake. There's no way I can ever accidentally eat off plan or eat off plan in any capacity. I can't do it. Instead, look at the next meal. Look at the next day. If you get off track, think, okay, what's my next step? How do I recover from this? And how do I move forward in a healthy way? And again, if you're in my boot camp, you already know all of this, how exactly to recover and move forward. But my point is that if you are focusing on the next thing and taking smaller chunks of time, a lot of times that's the key to success. Most people who are successful long-term on THM, especially, I have a lot of data and information on this just from being a coach for so long, running boot camps for so long, and working with people for so long to help them reach their goal weight. The people who are successful are typically the people who take it one meal at a time. I can't talk today. Again, one meal at a time, one day at a time. They look at, okay, I'm going to make a plan, even if it's just for the next 24 hours, and I'm going to stick to that plan. And they're able to make it easier on themselves. And that's a lot of what we cover in Bootcamp, is making THM easy and doable. But for this challenge, your goal, yes, it's a 10-day challenge, but maybe look at one day at a time. Look at, what do I need to do to make this next 24-hour chunk successful? How can I make these meals easier? And one thing I recommend often, if you're familiar with my videos, you probably know, make micro investments in your meals. What does that mean? Well, let's say you're planning on having quinoa for lunch and a salad for dinner and some kind of protein. Well, maybe you move the meat from the freezer to the refrigerator to thaw. Maybe you chop a few veggies. Maybe you get your quinoa out and put it on the counter if you don't have any pre-made. Steps like that are making micro, and I totally made this up, so but making micro investments in your meal tends to, I'm not saying I made up the principle, I made up the phrase, but I find that it encourages you to stick to the plan. Write it down. That's another micro investment you make. The more effort you put, even if it's just a couple of seconds of effort into your meals for the day, usually the more likely you are to stick to the plan. So this challenge is free. You can go to thewellplannedkitchen.com/10, spelled out, 10-day challenge to get your packet. 10 days of meals all spelled out for you. I did see online, there's a lot of questions about the challenge. I'm happy to answer those, but there's also a frequently asked questions little box on the meal plan that you can check that might answer some of your questions too. But I'm, as always, ready to answer those for you. We are sticking to the plan for 10 days. We're going to do it. 10 days is a small amount of time. It's not that long, but if that feels like a long time, which it can for me too sometimes, just decide I'm staying on plan today. Tonight, say, okay, I'm staying on plan tomorrow. What do I need to do to make it easier to stay on plan and do those things? And we'll get more into that throughout this challenge. The whole focus for this 10 days of staying on plan is how to stay on plan as easily as possible. What kind of mindset do you need to be successful on the plan? And I'll be checking in with you here live. So please download your free packet, thewellplannedkitchen.com/10-day challenge. Jump in. If you can't start today, that's okay. I would recommend if you can't start today and you can't, follow the meal plan I provided, just choose some meals that are on plan. You can make it simple, quick, and easy. You could have a, bacon and eggs for breakfast, a salad for lunch, and meat with veggies on the side for dinner. There are so many ways to simplify THM and not make it a huge complicated thing. But if you're not on plan today, I recommend just getting on plan right now. There's no time like the present. Instead of starting tomorrow, start right now, however you can and however that looks like. And then tomorrow jump in with the meal plan, or don't use the meal plan at all, or look through the meal plan and just choose what appeals to you the most. But the goal is to stay on plan. And I will check in with you soon. I know you've got this, and we will definitely be getting these 10 days in on plan all together. So I will check in with you soon.